Welcome to today's live learning. I'm Peggy O'Neill, and today we're going to talk about how do I actually go within and listen to myself. And I'm the founder of Answering the Call, as well as the creator of Wisdomary Leading, which is a way of leading our lives with wisdom. So as we explore if you're here live, please say hi in the comments. If you have any questions or comments during our time together, please put them in here. If you're watching this on replay, put in hashtag replay. And then also, if you have any comments, questions, put them in the comments. I will come back and answer all questions. And if you're here with me today, then I will come back and answer any questions. And of course, repeat your comments for all those that are watching the replay. Okay. So in exploring how do I actually go within and listen to myself, we're going to look at what is in the way of listening, how to go beyond what is in your way, the challenges to going within and listening to yourself, and what to do about them, and a highly effective practice that's essential. I'm going to start by this. If you have not yet seen the movie Arrival, I encourage you to watch it. One of the things I've noticed in how wisdom comes to me and how I listen for wisdom is paying attention to things that I'm really drawn to, that really feel like, oh, this has something to do with something I'm supposed to know. And this movie was a particular invitation for me. Even the advertisements before the movie, because it's all about listening and language. And language has been very key for me. So we pay attention to those things that we're really drawn to, really interest us. That, like I had to go see this movie. And so if you've seen the movie, or if you haven't, watch it. I'm not going to do the spoiler alert. I'm not going to spoil today, so I don't need to give a spoiler alert. But one of the things Amy Adams, the lead character in the movie, was to figure out the language of these creatures that were trying to communicate with us, or at least that's the assumption they finally came up with around what was happening. And they were trying really hard to speak to her, the creatures, and she was really trying hard to figure out what they were trying to communicate and say. And so they had to really work at it. So that's what we want to think about. That is, if we really want to listen to ourselves, we want to learn the language of ourselves. And it's different for every human being. That's one of the challenges with this. So what's in the way of listening? So anyway, so I'll bring that movie in the background. I will bring it in throughout. So what's in the way of listening? Well, we've been taught to look outside of ourselves for answers. We're supposed to read books. Teachers tell us what to do. Parents tell us what to do. Bosses tell us what to do. The job description tells us what to do. Law school or medical school tells us what to do. And so, and it's with the model, the idea that we're these empty vessels, and we come into the world empty, and it's the world's responsibility to fill us up so that we have enough information, enough skill, enough whatever, so we can go out there and do something in the world. Make a difference, make an impact, get a job, make money, all of those sorts of things. And so what that winds up doing, metaphorically, is, because what we really come in with is this seed of infinite potential that's uniquely ours to open and express. No two trees are alike. No two flowers are alike. Same with us. So what's happened is, because they see us, and everybody does it innocently, nobody means to do anything to harm us, is there's a seed, and then with all the stuff we learn, it covers it up. It's like caked on. And so we've got to first realize that. So that's one of the things that gets in our way, is we don't even realize that that's what's happened and why it's so hard to listen. And then we got to start going through the layers. You got to start going into those, all the learnings and beliefs and thoughts and feelings that we have that are due to all of our historical conditioning and learning that's in the way. But the main thing here about what's in the way is the way we've been taught to learn and where the information is. And so what we want to do is realize, oh, what I'm really seeking by listening to myself is in here. And and it's not even, so that's another thing that really gets in the way, is that we can think I'm listening for something out there. No, we're not. So you might think, well, Peggy said this movie, so that's out there. But notice the other thing I said about it. What touched me about the movie? What caught my interest? What moved me? Where is that? That's all within me. That is not conceptual. That's not intellectual. That's an experience within this body. Another thing that gets in the way is we think we're looking for a right answer, or a, like, you know, a statement that, oh, this is it. It's not going to happen that way. I mean, most of the time. I mean, it could happen that way, but most of the time it's going to be little nuggets here and there. And so that's what can make it so interesting and fun and curious, and be curious about it. And so that's the excitement and the energy for me about this. All right, so how do we go beyond what's in our way? So I just said what's in our way. So one thing is just to learn how to not listen, to learn to not listen to all of these things. I mean, so we can get drawn to a book. So I'm not saying don't read books, but if we're reading a book, not read it for answers within the book. Okay, so read it to be able to experience something coming to you, catching your attention. So so that's one way to go beyond what's in your way, is to read with that way of reading. To become very curious. Just be curious all the time. To be paying attention to what interests you, what moves you, and to notice, wonder why that is. What is that? Not psychologically, but intuitively. So intuitively you're saying, oh, I wonder what is that that's interesting me about that. And see what comes to you. Also resolve. So it's like a determination, but yet there's no attachment to it. Because if we're trying to, oh, I've got to have the answer this week, that's not going to happen. Probably. Because there's resistance there. We're trying to be in control. This is something there's no way to be in control of. The universe, which is also us, is going to provide this information when it does. So, okay, so that's how to go beyond, is to be really curious, pay attention to the experience within, this resolve, and then to not be attached to having to have a right answer, a very clear answer, and a timing. Okay, the challenges and what to do about them. So one of the challenges actually is that we're looking for a right answer, or something that's real clear. So what do we do about that? Is, well, one thing that's useful is to keep a journal and keep these things that touch you, move you, get curious about. Keep a journal, and then after a few weeks or a month, go back and look through it and see what patterns are there. Now, often you do need somebody to help you see between the lines, somebody that can help see the patterns, because we can be blind to, we can't quite see ourselves, so we can be blind to the obvious patterns that are right there. So you might have somebody help you. Of course, that's one of the things I do. But especially to not look for the right answer, or that it's like really clear in black and white. You have to read between the lines. You have to bring in some intuitive sensing around it. Also, watch out for explanations like our intellectual explanations of, oh, this is what this means, or this is what you should do, or you shouldn't do, or you can do, or you can't do, or where you fit in. All of those explanations, concepts, stories are not going to be useful. So what you do is you just don't listen to them. It's not easy, but that's what you do. You don't listen to them. And then a highly effective practice that's essential, and I've said this many times lately, but to relax the focus of attention when you see you're getting caught up in concepts, narratives, looking for the right answer, that you relax the attention away from all of that and spend a few seconds in that opening that is, that spaciousness that is, so that over time, you do that regularly, that becomes your fallback in life. That comes into the foreground. It's always been there in the background, but the more we go to that space, which is from where this information, this guidance, the wisdom is going to come, and listening is going to come, is that will go more in the foreground as we quit paying attention to everything else I said today to not pay attention to. So relax the attention, and then more and more your life experience will be in this open space and not listening to all your thoughts and feelings and concepts and stories and so on. All right, I'm going to see if there are any questions or comments about this. Okay, there are none right now. All right, so how do you actually go within and listen to yourself? So again, remember the movie, go watch the movie so it can inspire you. Hopefully it might inspire you. You might be inspired is a better way to put it. Watching the movie to recognize, this could be so valuable to me to really listen to the wisdom. It's there for me, to guide me, that knows what my potential is. And so what gets in the way is the way we've been taught, our beliefs, looking for a right answer. We can go beyond it by not listening to any of our conditioning, becoming really curious, having a resolve to, I really want to know. So that's a fine line between trying to control it. So the resolve is, I'm determined, I'm sticking with this until some insights start coming and starts becoming clear. And I'm seeing that I'm able to listen to myself. Often when I'm working with people, it's because they want to listen for what's next in their life, another career path, or how to change what's happening in their current career path, and they want to listen for that sense of what is my approach, what is my work in this, to make it their own. And so that's how a lot of people are, when I work with people, that's what we're actually doing. But as we do that, we become better at listening to ourselves all the time. So we're more naturally communicating, naturally expressing ourselves, rather than expressing so much from learned behavior and learned patterns. Let's see. So did I talk about the challenges in the review? So again, the challenge is we tend to want the right answer. We want security. We want to know it's right. We don't want to make a mistake. And that's not how that's going to work. It's going to be like, you'll feel it. You'll feel like, oh, yeah, that feels right for what to say or what to do or what's next in your life. And then you trust it. And then we keep learning. So it's a learning opportunity. It's constant learning, which is really what we're here to do. We're here to engage with life and learn, participate in life and learn. It's brilliant what we're really here to do. And not paying attention to any explanations about what's happening, and just stay with the process. Your whole life. So it's not really a process, but stay with it your whole life. And then a highly effective practice. It's essential. Relax the focus of attention from your thoughts, feelings, objects, anything you're paying attention to. All right, I'll see one more time if there are any questions. And at any time, you can email me with questions if you would like. All right, so it's wonderful sharing this with you today. I hope you find it of value. Let me know if you have any questions. If there's a topic you want me to talk about, let me know that too. I'm having another free workshop on November 14th, so watch out for the invitation and more information about that. All right, see you next time.